Alright guys, and welcome back for a new review. Today we're going to take a look at the Mondo Ninja Turtles. This is the first time I've received one in a shipper box. The first one I picked up was Leo. I did an unboxing of that about a year ago. And this time I picked up from Alter Ego Comics, their eBay shop. And got a really good deal on it too. So let's crack this open. I think it's pretty cool that they provide the shipper. I don't know why Big Bad Toy Store doesn't do that. I much prefer it because you do get a mint box, and I did get a mint box from BBTS, so it doesn't really make a big difference. But when you're done with opening your figure, I like to put them back into the shipper boxes just to keep the boxes pristine. Little cut guard, it's pretty cool. Here it is, the Mondo Raphael. Very cool figure. I kind of talked myself into picking up the rest of this line. I got Leo at release, and I liked it. I really liked it. And, you know, I kind of didn't really focus on my collection too much beyond that. Got involved in other stuff like Bible studies and whatnot, but coming back after doing the top 10 figures of 2017 and taking another good look at Leo, I was like, wow, I really should pick up the rest of this line. Looked up on eBay, and again, Alter Ego Comics, their eBay shop, maybe even Alter Ego Comics directly. Got this guy for $117 shipped, so that's a really great deal. I love these box art, you know, they just really capture. I really like the original Mirage Comics Ninja Turtles. I think they were kind of the more badass ones. And there's a nice look at Raph in package. Really cool figure. I really like the unmasked head sculpt. One of the reasons I went with Raph as my next choice after Leo. Plus, he's like the latest one that came out. He only came out about maybe 3 months ago, but it's a really nice in-package shot of the figure, and then they do this nice artwork where they show you the figure from all different angles and all the equipment, so it's really pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this, and let's get a closer look at Raphael. Stay tuned, guys. Alright, quick little note here. I just unpacked them, and as you can see, I opened it from a sealed shipper, yet I am missing a piece, which really sucks. Got everything except for the fist. He's supposed to come with a fisted hand, and it's not included in the box. I got his size, his Chinese stars or shurikens, his grapple hook up there, his two other claw climbing hands. I got the ooze canister, the extra head, the Utron, the Triceratops blaster, and the baby turtle, but no fisted hand. That really sucks. Anyway. Alright, so let's do a quick rundown of the accessories included in my set, minus the fisted hand, which was missing out of the box. But you get the two 8-sided shurikens in silver, two of the 4-sided with a black and a silver trim. You get two wall climbing hands, something they were depicted using in the Mirage Comics to scale the brick buildings. Pretty cool. You get a baby Raphael, color matched to the figure. Very nicely sculpted. All 4 turtles come with all of these accessories so far. Unique to Raph is, of course, his size. Can't have Raphael without a size. These came out of the package warped. As you can see, they're a little bent up. They're a little flexible, so you should be able to straighten them up, but out of the package, they're a little crooked, and that's not good. But not the biggest deal, but it does have a nice little wrap detail as well. You get the mutant canister, the TCRI. Just one solid piece, a little black wash in it to give it a little dimension. The Utron Lieutenant, I believe. I think it's Donatello that comes with the Commander. Very nicely detailed, very nicely painted, kind of gross looking. His eyes are kind of a little wonky, but very cool looking piece. Painted very good. Of course, there's no articulation, it's just one solid piece, but nice to go on the shelf with them. You get the Triceratops or Triceraclops blaster. It's got a little detail on it. It's a softer material, so it does have some flex to it, which is good. It'd be easier to get it in his hands. And then the two head sculpts. All of the turtles came with a red bandana, and then they're color matched, so blue for Leo and so on. But of course, with Raph being red, he gets the unmasked head, which is pretty awesome. I really like that. I do like the look of the unmasked head sculpt. Very nicely painted. Everything's clean. Teeth and everything. Nice black line work on everything. So the red bandana is very sharply painted. My Leonardo band was like stuck. This one does. At least the red one was. The blue one rotated perfectly fine. This one rotates good too. So that's nice. And that's it for the accessories. Alright, so taking a closer look at Raph. Really cool figure. These are painted beautifully. They articulate pretty good. So let's quickly go over the articulation for him. The head is on a ball. So essentially the neck itself, if I pull it off, is just one big ball. The older turtles, Donatello and Leonardo, had a harder head sculpt, and it was not deeply drilled out. The newer ones are a little softer, and they sit way further down on the neck. So, and it holds on really good. The other ones, you'd pose it around and it would kind of come off. So they improved that. That's an excellent thing. The shoulders can fully rotate and go way out, and they can come all the way down, so a nice tight joint there. That's excellent. He's got the upper bicep swivel. He's got the very tight single jointed elbow, so it brings it to about 90. The hands can swivel and they can pivot. So that's pretty good articulation there. There's no articulation in the torso, of course, because of the shell. Now, the front of the shell is a softer material, so it gives some flex here. Because the way the legs work, the articulation here, you'll see there's a joint where you have to have it facing the direction you want to pose it. So if you want it out to the side, you got to do it like that. If you want it facing forward, you got to kind of rotate it to get it to face forward. And of course the shell is soft, but it's not that soft, so it doesn't really get out of the way as much as it needs to. But you can still get some pretty good poses. Double jointed knees. The way they did the knees are a little weird. Gets a little wonky looking, but doesn't really bother me so much there. But joints are nice and tight. And then the ankle can hinge down quite a bit. It doesn't come forward very much. And it does have a little bit of a rocker, but when it rocks, it kind of tilts to the side, but still pretty good articulation for it. Alright, so now I'll show you what he looks like with the other head. Of course, you can pop that right off and take a look at the unmasked head. Ooh, that's tight. There it goes. It's all the way on there. So that is a really cool look. I always kind of wanted, and one of the other companies, DreamX, did it for Donatello only, is the trench coat look. They even did this in the comic books where they would wear trench coats. It would be really cool if you could get a trench coat for him and the fedora so you can go kind of undercover with them. Of course, I didn't expect that, but it would be a really nice feature. But the unmasked head sculpt's really cool. I'm liking that. The paintwork, of course, on the figure, you get in close, you can see all the detail just drawn out with the wash that they've done on there. He's got a little bit of a dirty look to him, which looks excellent. He's got a little bit of a wash all over his skin too, to bring out some more dimension in the paint. The shell itself, very nicely painted. It's in that darker color. And then the belt's got some wash into it, give it a bit of detail, as well as the pads. Beautifully painted figures. These look gorgeous. They pose averagely. They're not bad. They got pretty good points of articulation. The hips are a little wonky, but overall you can get these guys in some pretty cool poses. The paintwork and the aesthetic are excellent. They're very heavy. They're solid figures. They're not hollow or cheap plastic. So it definitely feels like a real nice quality piece. I really do like these. If you're a big fan of the Mirage comics, the original Turtles, these are excellent figures. They're in 1/6 scale. So I'll do some size comparisons to give you an idea on how he pairs up with the other Turtles in his line, as well as 1/6 scale humans. Alright, so here is Raph next to Leonardo, and you can see each turtle has their own color. This is only the second one I got. I do intend to collect the rest of the line, but the colors correspond to the original Turtles toys that came out from Playmates in the late 80s, and that trend had continued for many toy lines to continue, and this one follows it. So you got Raph with the lighter green, you got Leo with the kind of olive green, and you can see Leo is slightly taller only because his head doesn't go as far down onto his neck, but they're pretty much right in line. As far as him compared to a standard 1/6 scale human, this is how he stacks up. They're about just a hair under 10 inches tall, so that's a perfect scale. The Ninja Turtles were supposed to be about 4'10", so just under 5 foot tall, and that stacks up perfectly with a 1/6 scale collectible. So the normal human being 12 inches, the Ninja Turtles being just a hair under 10. Perfect scale. They look awesome. They scale in just the way you'd want them to. Alright, so final thoughts on Raphael. Excellent figure. Awesome addition to the line. Really enjoying these figures. I am really kind of annoyed and bummed out that he's missing the fist right out of the package, but I'll contact the seller. Hopefully they'll make that right for me. But as it stands though, I do highly recommend these figures. They're not for everyone. Again, if you're not into the Mirage comics, these figures are not going to be for you. There's plenty of Ninja Turtles out there. But if you are a big fan of them and you love this style, I don't think there's much better you could do. The vintage NECA figures that came out many years ago were awesome. But these do have more articulation in them, and I think they're painted better too, actually. I really do like them. I'm a big fan of 1/6 scale too, so might be a little biased on that. But again, thanks for watching my review. If you like what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up. And that's it, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching.